Hello everybody, this is N.M.P.D here, and today...
This sucks, man.
Today, I am honestly starting to get sick right now. I have like a cold or some kind of sore throat. If you wonder why I kind of sound like this, that is why. So, I don't know, man. I've been wanting to talk about this for a little bit, about this one incident where I had at my local grocery store. And I know for a fact that I talked about this a little bit, but I'm gonna, make another video making it more of a clear picture, if you will. So as usual in my local grocery store, I was getting the things that I need, mostly sparkling ice, because that drink will never get old to me, and you know, it's kind of like 0 calories and stuff, so that's kind of the best go-to for me personally. But you know, while I was getting what I need, I kinda looked at somebody that's a little bit familiar. I mean, I almost forgot about this individual, but you know, I looked again and really thought about who this is. Until I figured it out, I was like, that's basically my reaction inside of my head once I first saw her. And unfortunately, she noticed me, and I just immediately dipped. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not having this, because I have every right to avoid this. Because first off, she is literally one of my exes. That's the first thing. Between us, we've been done long ago. I don't see any reason to continue with you, you know? There's no point. What's even the point talking to you to begin with? For me, there's literally no point talking to nobody these days. Usually the people that I encounter in real life are just usually come off as just either annoying or very unpleasant to be around. I just have this feeling where they might just be like the other people that I've encountered in my past. And what do you know, when that time comes, when they finally act who they really are, I was right. 100% right about what I was talking about, what I was thinking inside my head. And, you know, I'm not obligated to talk to nobody. You know, I don't owe nobody a damn thing for a conversation. And what's the point? Why now do you suddenly want to talk to me? You didn't want to bother talking to me then. You didn't bother coming up to me then. But now you got the nerve to come up to me, back in, I don't remember what year, somewhere back when, you know, the pandemic happened, I believe is when that timeline occurred. And for some reason you got the nerve to talk to me now. Why suddenly now? You know, what's the point now? You had no problem wanting to ignore me and not want to bother talking to me then. So why now? The same thing can literally be said with anybody else who did not want to be around me because I'm half black or something, which is what I mostly assume now because of the shit that I've been through, the bullshit and all that. And, you know, if you got a problem with my race, then you know what? Fuck you. It's that simple, right? I'm not bothering nobody. These same people have the nerve to leave me to die, to abandon me, to run my name out of their mouths when I'm not around or behind my back. So I'll ask you this: what's any different if I'm doing this now? You can't even be mad at it. You guys literally did the same thing to me. So now I'm honestly doing the same thing that you guys have been doing to me. What's any different? Well, I'll tell you the difference is I'm calling out their horrid actions, for some of them. At least, you know, I'm finally coming out with this. You know how hard it is for me to actually talk about this stuff? It's not that simple as you think. I usually have to hold this shit in and get on with my day. I ain't got time to fuck around with people's bullshit. At the end of the day, I am there to get what I need to get, or I'm there to do what I need to do for work. I'm not there for pointless social interaction. I don't see any point in it. It's just gonna go nowhere at the end of the day, and spoiler, it has. So whatever it is you like to try to do to me, or whatever attempts you try to bribe to get me to say any vulnerable shit, I'm letting this be known. It's not really gonna work these days. It just ain't gonna work. It's that simple. But you know, the irony behind this, when I do it, somehow I'm the bad guy. I'm the hypocrite. I'm the punk, because all of a sudden I have the nerve to tell the truth like it is, calling out people's bullshit, and somehow I'm the bad guy. Meanwhile, they do this same shit to me. Okay, you goddamn fucking hypocritical. And another thing that I definitely don't do is call their real names out. I don't do this on here, and I don't plan on doing it. I don't show off their faces. I don't do anything like that. I don't dox their address. I don't do any of that shit, because I respect people's privacies. No matter how shitty, no matter how much of a racist piece of shit you really are, I'm not gonna go out of my way to leak your shit. But again, they got no problem wanting to do me dirty, say every name in the book when I'm not around, or behind my back, or as soon as I leave the room, make up a bunch of shit that never even actually happened, try flipping the script to what really happened with what I was really talking about when it comes to their shitty behavior, and they end up just flipping the story around like it never fucking happened. And these same people wonder why. Wondering why. I don't bother with nobody these days. The only people that are an exception are my mother and father, my older brother, and older sister. They're half related, but they count as family to me. Those are the only people that were actually there for me in my life. Those are the only people that I can truly trust. Although, I do gotta be fair, they weren't really there with me all the time, but at least, you know, they genuinely care and they were there for most of my struggles. Because those four helped me out on my worst times, which for this year, it's personally not a good year for me. I have really been going downhill, not only like on this channel, but outside of it as well. There was an incident where I almost could have died, but luckily that didn't happen because my mother and father were there. If they weren't there, I would have been straight up accidentally committing suicide. Straight up. I don't really want to talk about the full thing about what really went down. I'm still in the process of thinking about it, you know, then and there, about, you know, how it happened, what happened. I mean, I kind of know what happened. I guess again, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. My older brother and sister reached me out, questioning me if I was okay. They were the only fucking two people that reached me out. Nobody else were. What were the rest of them doing? They were playing the game called Switch, where you take one finger in your mouth and the other one goes up your asshole. When somebody says go, you switch. But it tastes like shit, don't it? With what you've been doing, huh?
Like a gaping asshole, like a giant gaping anus.
From here on out, they are the only exception in my real life circle. I mean, I do have some people that I do talk to online then and there. A couple of them are okay. They're cool. You know, like, Hypnosis and Luwakias, you know. They've been then and there like a starring guest and like a cameo in one of my videos before. If those of you that are OGs to the channel, you would already know who the two people that I'm talking about, if you've seen the videos. But in case if you haven't, I will link those videos down below in the description. Luwakias, shout out to him especially, because he also been helping me from then and there for tough times too. I mean, I didn't really ask for it, but he insisted, so I really gotta appreciate him, you know, for that. The last thing with me and Luwakias that we've discussed was like my collaboration Let's Play with him on the Halo 3 MCC mod. And that video is still kind of ongoing, but there were times where I was kind of burnt out from it because I was really trying my best to put in as much effort of it as I can. No matter what I'm gonna do, I know it's not really gonna do well because that's not the trend these days, but I honestly don't give a fuck. Like, I want to make what I want to make at the end of the day. If you can't appreciate my creativity for that, sounds like to me you want me to go downhill. You're wishing that on me. I feel like that's what you're doing. I know I'm kind of ranting on like another thing, but you know what? Fuck it. Why does it matter anyway? However, if you are continuing, or if you would consider supporting me, then please, all you have to do is leave a like and comment what you think below. Let me know if you like it or not. I mean, I don't know. You people gotta tell me. I don't know what a lot of people want these days. I mean, I did make a poll a while ago, and the overall winning poll seems to be Gmod content. So next year, that's what I'm going to focus on whenever I get the chance to. I mean, sometimes I might upload other content, but mostly I am going to be focusing on that. But this is where you guys are going to have to understand. It's going to take a while. Making Gary's Mod content isn't easy. I have to do quite literally everything all by myself. The thumbnails, the editing, and the producing. All of it by myself. I mean, then again, big shout out to Luwakias. Second time, he did help me out with voice acting a couple of times, so I really appreciate him for that. And Hypnosis too, for like helping me with a few thumbnails. But here in 2024 right now, I'm doing all of this by myself right now as we speak. So the conclusion here for this video is that if you got no problem wanting to treat me like shit, what's any different if I do it right back at you? Not so funny if it's you now, is it?